Well, hello, my merry band of book pals. Here we are with video number 2 on this brand new newbie booktube channel. I have also started this year doing a website where I can write about the thoughts that I have about books, because I'm sure I'm much less rambly when I actually write stuff out. And if I were a prepared person, I would have the notes or have a way of referring to the things that I've already written out about this book before talking about it. But here we are. I went to grab my iPad and it had no battery life whatsoever, because I obviously don't use it nearly enough. And here I am back in my car, because this is just how it's going to be. There is no place in my house that I'm going to be able to talk without being like this the whole time, because I'm afraid somebody's going to come in. So we're not going to do that. We're going to talk out here. Okay. All right. So let's talk about Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. So this book here was a gift to me by my best friend and fabulous author, Ingrid Seymour. I will put a link to her main website. She has many a book. I think she's written like 55 now. Crazy. But she gave me this book because it is a cozy mystery, and she writes she used to write young adult, now it's new adult fantasy, and a lot of that has more drama, shall we say, than all the romance and relationships and stuff. And I was like, that's just not what I gravitate towards. So, or at least not all the time, right? I mean, we all have our moods that we go through. And she asked me if I'd ever read a cozy fantasy, which I had not. So she got this for me so that I could check it out, and it was lovely. It was so much fun. So I am not one to do a review, so this is going to be a reflection. And so let me start by what I mean by that. So I'm not going to give stars. I'm not going to try to rate the book, or I don't know if you'll like it or not. I don't know if I would have liked it a year ago. I don't know if I would like it a year from now. I mean, I usually am a pretty easy sell on most books. I love to get lost in the world. So just, books change depending on where we are in our own headspace at the time. And just because it's kind of like music, right? Just because I don't like a particular musician or genre of music doesn't mean it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. Just means it's not resonating with me at that time. So I don't want to skew anybody. And having a best friend who's an author, I know how much work goes into writing a book, just from watching. Actually, so no, I don't know exactly how much. I just know it's a lot, having not even done it. So I don't ever want to say anything that's going to diminish or have any sort of negative effect at all on somebody who creates things and puts them out into the world to share with people. So that being said, not a book review. So what is a book reflection? That is a way for me just to kind of talk about the things that sparked in my brain while I read it. So I'll try not to give any spoilers either, and that's very hard, because I'm the type of person that I don't really want to know anything about a book at all before I read it, because then I'm kind of looking for things. So it's hard to talk about anything at all. So I'm going to talk more about just like concepts that came up with this. So Legends and Lattes, very high level. If you've heard anything about the book at all, it's this character right here, Viv, is an orc, has been in an adventuring party for all of her life, because, I mean, that's what an orc warrior is going to do, I guess. And she decided she just don't want to do that anymore. She wants to retire, and she was on one of her adventures. She went to a gnome, pretty sure it was a gnome city, that served coffee, and she just fell in love. And I mean, I'm a big coffee fan, so I totally get that. It's kind of magical there. So she wants to settle down and open up a coffee shop. So that is the basic premise of the book. There's some lovely characters in here. So one of the things that I really loved about this is that was a common theme for many of the characters. Viv, really should have Tandry. I think it's Tandry. This character here, and really for all the characters in here, there's a great theme of we don't have to be what we were born as, right? So just because Viv is an orc warrior, that doesn't mean that well, no, I'm sorry. Just because Viv is an orc doesn't mean she has to be a warrior, right? She can make a choice to make her life whatever she wants it to be. If she wants to be a coffee shop owner, she can do that, right? She can totally do that. And Tandry here is a succubus, which, they have their, people will think about what their profession would be, and she doesn't want to do that, right? She wants, wanted to enhance her mind, and she wants to have people that don't just think about what she is when she meets them. She wants people to think about who she is, which I think is awesome. And I think that's something that we can all find a way to relate to. So just because you're born in a certain place, you have a certain anything, like whatever the rolled on the dice whenever you were born, that doesn't mean that's what you have to be. You always have a choice to be what it is that you want to be. And I think that is fantastic. Another thing in this book that I really loved was just the simple concept that small things like a cup of coffee or a really good treat can change things. It can make people come together that maybe seem like they're very different. It can warm the coldest of hearts and maybe make people who are usually meaner or colder have a kinder, more caring nature towards somebody just by sharing. It's like those little sweets can spark kindness in each other, and I think that I've definitely seen that in my life. Just you give a cookie or candy to somebody, and there's like a nice little bridge that opens up between the two of you, at least often, if not always. So that's very fun. I thought that was a good theme in there. And then said I wasn't gonna do any editing, but it was a mighty awkward pause there. Right, so let's see. We've got you don't have to be what people thought you were gonna be. Oh, got it. Okay, so the other thing that I really loved in this book is that Viv has a way of appreciating people and really seeing them for who they are, and people that many other people might overlook or do overlook, or automatically judge. So it's kind of the opposite side of like, you don't have to be what you were born into or what you have been. Like, you can always change, but you can also choose to view everybody else with kind of a fresh set of eyes and see the best in them and really grow that best part of them. And some folks may have never had that before. So showing that type of respect towards somebody and just encouragement to be the best versions of themselves really can help people shine. And I thought that was fantastic. Also, these people in this coffee shop become a tight knit group, and just because they really care about each other and they really see each other for who they are, and if things get rough, they want to really take care of one another. And another great thing in here is, like, if things go really bad, they're not going to get better if you just sit there and think about how bad they are. There may be lots of folks that are willing to help you get to the other side of that bad back to good, and but you have to put in the effort, and you have to get up and go outside and get back to it. So I think that was a really great theme too. And then another one, I definitely don't want to spoil anything, but there was a great theme in here that I think that is, sometimes you can have somebody that seems like they're an enemy, and you may be able to accomplish a whole lot just by talking to them, just being honest, just having a conversation, trying to see if you can come to some sort of resolution that works for both of you. And, you know, just coming to it with respect for them and for yourself. I think that that's a good thing here. And, you know, sometimes people that you think are your friends maybe aren't. Or maybe you didn't really know, maybe you never really thought they were your friend, but then you realize just how not your friend they are. So anyway, those are all my thoughts on here. 10 minutes of rambly. I don't know if I'll cut any of that out because, you know, just getting started and I'm just trying to get stuff out there. And just keep on moving along, keep making videos. I'll get better. And if you have any suggestions, let me know. If you've read this book, let me know. If you have any suggestions on other, I know that there's well, it's actually a prequel to this one that I have not read yet. But if you have suggestions for other cozy fantasies that are just kind of like a nice place to, you know, mentally have a, you know, cup of tea and a biscuit in, let me know. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.